Honestly, if I got $1 for every single time people ask me, Armstrong, what kind of colors do you use for your pictures? If I got $1 for every single time people ask me, man, I would be like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or whoever is Mark Zuckerberg. But this is me showing you about the colors I use. Mainly, this is I'm just going to show you the basics, and you're going to get your own color, your own skin tone. You're going to get your own effect. It's like the way people want Armstrong Stars effect. They want my skin color. They want whatever I do. They want to have exactly like mine. Now, this is the good news. You can have something better and sweeter than mine. So, if it's the first time I've come to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine, 10 time. Whenever it is, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Let me just take you on the ride and show you how I get this done. Okay, so this is Erica from Big Brother Niger of 2020. So you're going to permit me because I'm going to have to make this a long tutorial. This is because now recently some people have been complaining about how my tutorials are long and they feel like I should make it shorter. Well, I think when you want something to be detailed enough, if you really want to put in the work, then 30 minutes is not going to be too much time for you to put in the work. Do you understand? So I'm basically trying to cut her from the background. This is what I'm going to do. Since it's about skin tone, I'm just going to have to skip the smudge part. I'm going to have to skip the other parts. But this is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to pretty much fast forward this and get back to you after I've cut out the picture from the background. Now this is a very basic step. I'm just basically taking out the background from the picture. So this is what we have now, and the eyelash. In case you have any difficulties, you can click up and check my previous videos about how to cut these pictures from the background. But I'm just basically going to show you about the skin color. I'm going to fast forward the smudge part. I'm going to fast forward other parts. Now the next thing I want to go to do is just probably to duplicate this with Ctrl J. And I'm not going to be doing the baby steps. This is just to show you the skin color, how I do what I do. If you have issues and you really don't know about how to go about, or you really don't know how I got here, then it's very simple. You can check out my previous videos and probably get what you want, something nice. What I'm basically doing is in reducing the brightness and highlight, and then I want to add high pass. Now this is what I do in virtually all my videos. I think this is too sharp, so I'm just going to make it say 1.4 isn't bad at all. So 1.4 here, before and now. I can just reduce the opacity a little bit. I think this is too sharp, way too sharp. Then I'll merge with this. So this was had before, this is what we have now. I think this is pretty much good. So this is what I want to do. I want to take out the eyebrow, the eyelashes, the hair, and the clothes from those main body. I'm going to smudge. So I'm going to fast forward that, and I'm going to make it pretty snappy. I'm trying to make this tutorial fast. I don't know if I can, but let me make it fast still. Okay, so we're done cutting. Now basically what I'm doing is, this is the hair, so I'm just going to show you. I named this hair, I named this lashes, I named this eyebrow. It's supposed to be EYE. Maybe I was rushing, I don't know, but this is what we have. Now the next point of call is to just smudge this. So I'm just going to pick her where she is, Ctrl J, and smudge. So I'm just probably going to duplicate with Ctrl J, then clip it here, create clipping mask. I've done this like a million times already in my other videos. You can check up. Now I'm going to smudge this. If it's the first time I've come to the channel, what I'm basically doing, smudging is basically, okay, now this is what I think we should do. First, before smudging, we're going to apply oil paint on the hair, the eyelashes, and the eyebrow. Now a lot of people have asked me about oil paint, they don't have oil paint working as system, what do they do, and the whole of that. So I think what you need to do is probably get Photoshop CS6. That actually works. Photoshop CS6 actually works with oil paint. Now if you go to Photoshop CS6 and it doesn't work with oil paint, but then I'll come up with a solution, and in my next 2 or 3 videos I'll just come up with a solution and then let you all guys know. So let's jump over to Photoshop CS6. In Photoshop CS6, I'm just going to go to click the hair and go over to oil paint. Now the reason I did smudge first was because the resolution was not in 300. Okay, I'm just going to cancel this and show what I mean. It's actually a little bit fuzzy and depixelated because the image, okay, you can see the resolution is at 96 here, and I made it 96 because I want to work on the hair, so it needs to be sleek heads with a lower resolution. So I'm clicking on this, I'll go to filter, I'll go to oil paint. Now yes, I know we have actually spent a little time on this tutorial, and this is a tutorial you're supposed to just sit down and not watch and not rush. Well, I think the reason I like long tutorial is because I feel like that's how I learn, so I just basically just teach. So what I'm basically doing just to make the hair, I don't know, just applying oil paint on it and making it look nice. Yeah, this is what we have now, see. So then for the eyebrow too, I'm just gonna go to oil paint, and then for oil paint, I feel like this is just way too fake. Come on, no eyebrows ever this sleek. So I'm just going to reduce the stylization a little bit, and the cleanliness, I think the default from the cleanness, so this is better. Now press OK. So let's see if it has any difference. Yeah, this is what we have now. So before and now, so I don't know. So lashes, I'm just going to do the same thing to the eyelashes, where I cut the eyelashes with some part of the eyes so that the skin, so that it will give this nice feel. It doesn't come out boring and stuff. So that's what we have. Then I think the stylization here is okay. I think this is okay. This is nice. I'm just gonna press OK. However, sometimes Photoshop CS6 crashes. That's why I really don't use that. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to head over to Photoshop CC17. I actually like working on CC17, but for sake of oil paint and sake of tutorials, I work with a system that does not allow CS6, so you guys could just see that I suffer as much as you do sometimes when it comes to oil paint. But one last thing I can do is probably to add the lips, but then I'm just going to go over to Photoshop CC17. So right on with me. Now back in Photoshop CC17, the first thing I want to do when I just get back here is to go to the image size, and I want to make it the resolution 300 so it gets compact. I'll show you something. Now this is how the picture looks here, a little bit blurry, which looks depixelated. I'm going to make the resolution 300, and probably the height, let's make it 3000 by 2000 in the width. So when it comes out, you notice that it's going to come out more compact and it's going to be a lot better. So while this is loading, well, I think you should really put in the work. If you've been following me for a while and you think probably you like my work, or you're from Instagram, or you met me on YouTube and you feel like you've ever come across any of my videos, well, I'm a fellow Nigerian, and I don't know if you guys are Nigerians, or because I have a lot of Indian friends. But okay, now it's done rendering. Yep, it's done. Well, I'm a fellow Nigerian and I feel like you all should put in the work, because if you put in the work, it definitely comes out. Now this looks a lot compact than how it looked before, so I think this is better. So we're just going to go with this. Now I'm just going to smudge this like Flash, like Flash himself, the reverse Flash, Barry Allen. No, not Barry Allen. Barry Allen wasn't the reverse Flash. Well, however, I'm just going to speed smudge this, and I'll just meet you when I'm done. I'm just going to merge all of this together. Well, if you need elementary tutorials on about how to do this, you can check out my other videos. I've said like 100 times, and I think some people just have a little challenge and they just rush to my DM and say, I'm strong, I don't know how I did this, I don't know what I should do. So I think you should really put in the work, you know, because it's going to really show out. So I'm just going to start by smudging. This is a special smudge brush. If the first time you've come to this channel, it's always going to be in my video description. You can also download it from there. And if this is the brush, so I'm just going to use it. I'm using a strength of 30 and just smudge out all these parts. A lot of videos don't talk about this, and sometimes when we make videos of 30 minutes, it looks like, what's this guy saying for a whole 30 minutes? Well, I'm saying what you've not heard before, so I think you should just listen and probably get one or two things that that would definitely be handy to you. So with that being said, I'm just going to fast forward this because this is like one of the most tedious parts. And after this, we are going over to, I don't know if did you fast forward the video, did you just get here? Well, if you didn't fast forward the video, I'm just going to head over, probably hit the fast forward. It's going to be super fast, like super fast. Then after that, we'll head over to adding colors. Let's go. Okay, so this is where we are now. This is before and this is now. I just basically rough smudged it if there's anything like that. Now let's head over to colors. I think we have wasted way too much time. Not wasted, I feel like we have spent too much time preparing it for the moment of visitation, if that means anything. Okay, so I'm just going to add colors to the eyes here, and I have a video on how to add colors just in case you want to add colors. This is not a video on how to add colors, this is a video on the kind of colors I use. So I'm just going to come up here and add white. Now I created a layer on top of this main layer, the layer 1. I just did not pay so much attention to naming the layers, but then this is it. I'm just going to add a color layer here, white. What I use mainly is this, my colors. Since we're talking about my colors, for the white layer, I'm just going to press Alt Enter and backspace. For the white layer, what I do is I choose a color over here. So I'm just going to make this big so you get to see this. I choose a color over here, this place that's close to the white. Then I make it color. Then I check it out. Is this good? I think this is not bad. Then the next thing I do is this. I'm going to do this a little bit. I choose a brush tool, the kind of colors I use that make the eye of my image pop up sometimes. I'll choose a red color here, probably something like this, not too saturated and not too desaturated. Then I'll select it by pressing Ctrl and clicking the thumbnail. I'll select it and just, I don't know, just color over this place. Reddish, it should be reddish a little bit. Then over here to make it a little bit darker. She's African, so nah, this is too much. Looks like she's a Wolverine figure. Nah, so this is not bad. Something like this is not bad. I press Ctrl D. I can just compare it with the previous one. So this doesn't look bad. It doesn't look really bad. You can take out your time and probably just do it, make it better. So the next thing I want to do is to add colors. Okay, let me just add on the lip once more. Then I'm just going to select the lip. I think I selected it out here somehow. Did I? Okay, this is the lip. Well, I just added a little bit of oil paint before I came back to CC17. That was off camera, but nah, nothing really spectacular. I just did not want it to waste too much time. So I'm going to pick a color that's dominant here. That's how I normally do mine. I'll pick a color that's dominant here. So I'm just going to pick this color that's not too shouty, but it's nice. So I'll press alternate and backspace to add the color there, and I'll go to color. Now this is where it is. This is the before and this is now. So what I do is this. I pick something a little bit saturated more. You can see I'm going down here. This is unsaturated and this is more saturated. I was here before, so I'm just going to go over to this place and make it a little bit more reddish. Now I'm going to pick the brush tool and paint over the lip. This part, I don't know what this is called. This is called the lip. I don't know what the upper part is. So this is what we have now. Then with the white, I'll probably pick a white color a little bit and paint over her teeth. I'm supposed to be thorough about it and use the paint tool and do that, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm definitely trying to beat time. You know, some people came out to my DM and they said that my tutorials are nice, but they're just way too long and I talk too much. I'm like, okay, I think the motivation is coming. Okay, thank you for your criticisms. Now this is the big one, how to add this color. Now I'm going to create a layer on top of this place and then just name it face color because this is the big one. Then with the pen tool, I'll pick a color here that I feel like is dominant. This is a color. Those pictures we worked on before, so I'll just pick a color here and then press alternate and backspace. And from the normal, I'll go to color. Now this is what we'll have. This is beautiful. I think this choice is actually a very nice choice, but sometimes I don't like when it's too saturated, so I'm just going to take it down. Now I know you want to ask me for the color code and others, but I don't want you to work with color codes. If you work with color codes, you feel like you are stuck on the picture on the particular color you should use. So this is where we are right now. This is the particular color we're using right now. Now This is okay. Let me zoom in, and I'll just pick something a little bit unsaturated here and press Alt and backspace and check it out. I think she looks too fair here, so I'm going to go down here a little bit, go down a little bit to the red part, this part, the reddish part, and press Alt and backspace. Yeah, this doesn't look nice. I think this other one would have been nicer, so maybe choose something not too saturated. So this before and this, which would you think is better? I think this is going to be better, but then we need to reduce saturation, so I'm going to take this down a little bit. So this is how I get my color. I think this is nice, but she looks like a devil. So I'm going to start again. I'm going to choose this color to saturated. I'll choose this color, so I'm just going down to reduce saturation, and this is not bad. This is nice, actually very nice. So then with this, it doesn't look like it's it's a very stable. I'm going to reduce this a little bit. It doesn't look like it's a very stable picture, but it's heading somewhere. Now I'm just going to add the hair color, so I'll click on the hair, and now if I add the color, if I add this color to this place, the color to this place, and change it to color, I feel like it doesn't blend in. It doesn't blend in at all. So this is what I do. I pick the color here. This is very saturated, then I reduce the saturation here and pick the same color and make it this. Now this looks a lot more natural than the normal hair that came in the picture. So that's what I do to, I don't know, eliminate all these things. So that's what I really do. Now come up to this place. I'll probably pick the lashes and then create a new layer, and the lashes sometimes is darker, so I'm just going to use the same color as the hair. So I'll click on this and click on color, then I can actually fade it out. But then for the eyebrow, I expect it as IBROW. That's insane. For the eyebrow, I'm just going to pick a color that is more saturated. Okay, this is what let me show you the difference. So I'm going to pick this color and name it color here. Now this is how it turned out to be. Very nice. It has blended in. But then if you use, probably I felt like I should have used the normal color I used before. I'm just going to show you this. Probably not saturated, an unsaturated color. It came out white, like she had a white eyebrow, but this former color came out better. I feel like it's seated well. It's seated well. Is that even a correct English? Sorry, I'm a Nigerian, so I feel like it sat well with the with the picture. It sat well. Okay, so this is what we have. Now you can just basically fade in the eyebrow color. You can just basically fade it in like this. Probably choose a color, just fade it in and let it blend with the picture and stuff. You can take out your time and blend it in, make it look very nice. And I'm just trying to, be very fast in my tutorial, so people don't come knocking at my door and be like, I'm strong. Well, I've seen 2-hour tutorial videos that came out very beautiful, and then I'm thinking, I wish I had 5 hours of this same guy talking to me, where it would be nice. But I've seen an 11-hour tutorial video, and man, I couldn't get myself to watch 5 minutes. Don't tell anybody, but it was too much. So I think there should be a balance between a very long video that was productive and a short video that was productive too. I don't know how it works, but then this is me just teaching and doing my thing. So this color is beautiful. You can later learn how to dodge and burn. I'm going to teach you how to dodge and burn in subsequent videos, but for now this is what we have. So just for those that want me to just dodge and burn means making some part of the faces darker. So this is the picture. I'm just going to select burn with the O. I made it O. I'm just going to make this part make her look like a goddess. This. Now this is what I'm going to add in the next video. I'm just going to make this particular image what do I call her, a caricature, so that some people have actually asked me about it. So I'm just going to make the particular image a caricature, and without adding anything, this is the perfect color, and this is the color I use. Now if you have difficulties, you can as well go back and check out the color. Now for the gown or for whatever she was wearing, I'm just going to add a color here, and you can just smudge that out later, make it nice. Then one of that little trick I do sometimes is to just maybe work on the hue and saturation, maybe color balance, Now for color balance, I can just probably reduce the blue, maybe add this. Just don't work with my exact figures, because you might just get the whole thing messed up. But then this is what I want you to do. I want you to flex your creativity muscles. Now this is not bad. There's this. Just flex your creativity muscles and have something nice done. But after adding all these things, please don't come up with something with a green hair. I did a painting once and somebody said, why is the hair green? Actually, the person I did it for said the hair was green, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh man, I've been balancing so many colors. Now I've balanced them into making it green. Crazy, yeah. But that's the process. We learn. And I really, sometimes when a lot of people come to my DM and tell me, hey Armstrong, I really want to learn how to do this, but something is holding me back, and I feel like telling them, man, nobody taught me anything, but I'm trying to get my, I feel like when you flex your creativity muscles, you get a lot of results. So what I want to do is just to add a few highlights here, maybe on her nose here. Now I want to make this highlight, so I'll come to highlights and just add maybe on her nose here, on her lip here, this, and this is not bad, actually very beautiful. Now I'm going to show you how the picture was before and how it is now. So before and now, so let me just go closer so you see it without adding anything. So this will have, okay, before now she looks like a Barbie sweet princess. So if you made it to this part of the video, congratulations, you are now a pro with using colors. Now this is the kind of color I use. Sometimes I'm just going to do one last thing before I get to wrap up this video. Sometimes you have a lot of issue with the colors, and then now this is what I use for black people. From those parts down to this part, these are the parts I use. Now you can save them in your swatches, or you can just get your color tone and others. You can set them how you want, but this is the type I use. And then sometimes most of the colors I go for are ones that are like this, a little bit darker, or like this, or just flex around this axis. This region is like the best. I use it for most of my tutorial videos. So this is me showing my secrets, and I think you might have to pay for the secret. You might just call me and give it, I should say, my account number, and just I don't know, you can put in $2 billion. I want to be like Jeff Bezos like next week. However, this is a sweet tutorial on that, just with a nice background. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause this video and come in with a background so you get to see something. So I just imported two backgrounds I downloaded from pixel.com. A lot of people ask me, Armstrong, where do you get your backgrounds from? If I have to answer that question, I've said it in countless of my videos, I get it from pixels.com. So you might check out pixels.com. Very, very sweet. I recommend them. They are not giving me any endorsements, but I recommend them because they are making very, 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 very good product and very nice pictures for almost free. You only need to acknowledge them that you use their pictures, and that's perfect. Well, this is what we have. I'm just gonna add a nice background to this, and boom, bingo, this is beautiful. So you have your Barbie princess with a nice color. Well, I think I've answered a lot of questions. If you have more questions, put them on my comment section. Come to my DM at Armstrong's house, on Instagram, on wherever, on Twitter. I love you guys following me on Twitter. Thank you so much. And I'll meet you in the next video about how to make this a caricature. So don't forget to stay creative. Don't forget to keep creating. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment. If you're watching this off YouTube and probably on wherever you are, don't forget to, I don't know, just reach out to me. Yeah, reach out to me, man. I really, really love that. So this is Armstrong signing out. Bye bye.